Hi and welcome to Jbrc Race Cars. This is Steve. Want to show you a product here or whatever that we've had for many years. Actually, when I came on board working for Jerry 26 years ago, this was one of the first products that we kind of went to market with and started building the parts business from. I worked in many speed shops and stuff before, and many companies sold you a master disconnect switch that went to the back bumper area of the car. Had this little pot metal handle on the back of it, usually a decal that says on off. I happen to be showing you the two switches here, and the only difference between these two, this is a 125 amp rated switch that has a 3/8 lug on it. This one happens to be a 300 amp switch with a 1/2 inch lug on it. But the key was, that's the way everybody mounted them. And then I started learning, working for Jerry, that there was another way. And that was that on the door cars, some of them with rear bumper panels that removed back in the early years, and most of the rear bumper panels now are stationary on the back of the cars, came up with a bracket that welded to the internal frame rail on the tail housing of the chassis. The switch then bolted into it. You lost the lever that was on the master disconnect switches that came from the vendor or the manufacturer, and you put this neat little CNC lever in its place, held on with this little stainless Allen cap screw, and then you ran a piece of linkage rod out. This is just a simulation here showing what would be the rear panel of the car, this little piece of tube holding the rod up, and it ran through the rear bumper panel area of the car. Usually had painted on, or in this case we supply it with two decals, a black one or a white one, all meeting NHRA's rule of push off. So a safety safari person or whatever could come up to the car, push in on the rod, turn the power off, and that was all via this piece of linkage rod that comes in our kit. Long, allows you to cut it the length, put the little rod in and jam nut in here, goes between the CNC lever, held in place with a push-pull pin, and a little black knob. Put many different kinds of knobs on it, but a little black knob we supply on the outside of the body of the car. The kit that you're looking at over here, this additional piece that's mounted, also welded off the rear of the chassis, and this is a cylinder that would be plumbed into the fire suppression system on the car. In the event that the driver sets the fire suppression system off, pressure would come through this line into the cylinder itself. The cylinder would kick the plunger out and again knocks the power off. Hey, I hope you enjoyed checking out these new products from Jbrc Race Cars. And as always, if you have any questions, feel free to give us a call. We're always here to help, or look us up on the web.